R.P. Singh, BJP spokesperson, joining us. Mohan Kumaramangalam from the Congress party, its spokesperson. Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party. Aryama Sundaram, senior advocate, Supreme Court, also a proud Tamilian, I'm sure. So he will have his own perspective of what's happened in that state. And maybe that's a good point to take to you, Mr. Sundaram, first, because the politicians will presumably have their own parties and views on what's happened. But your sense, is Tamil Nadu what we've seen unprecedented? Governor walking out of the state assembly, refusing to read the exact text of the speech prepared by the chief minister, asking for a change in the name of the state. Has the governor crossed certain red lines?
Rasdeep, according to me, and I must say this is my view, I have no manner of doubt that the governor has not behaved in a gubernatorial manner in which a neutral, fair governor is expected to act. I do believe that the governor of Tamil Nadu, for whatever reasons he may have felt required, decided to almost make his own campaign, his own views, his own opinions. And I don't think this was called for, especially at the occasion on which he chose to do so. The governor usually delivers the speech which has been given by the government. Now here, if he deliberately omitted or changed portions of it, I do not think it was called for. And I think giving this voluntary gratis advice about to the people of Tamil Nadu as to how they should change the name of their state, I think was uncalled for. You know, it was as long ago as 1971 that the Rajamanna Committee actually said that a governor should realize that he is not the agent of the center, but is the constitutional head of a state. You must also realize that the governor has powers constitutionally, which are even wider than the president's powers, which is why it is very important for the governor to exercise his powers with great circumspection. For example, the governor has what is called constitutional discretionary powers, other than just situational discretionary powers. Situational is to deal with a case where there is no clear government, no clear majority to decide and call on the leader of the party with the maximum seats, etc. That is situational discretionary powers. But there is, under Article 163, the governor has a duty to listen to the chief minister and the council of ministers, follow the advice, unless it deals with the governor's discretionary powers. And as to whether it is his discretionary power or not is beyond question, and his decision is final on that. And one of his discretionary powers, which you will not find with the president, is to ask the state government to give him information on administrative and legislative matters. In fact, in the Bombay case, one of the grounds on which the governor could recommend the dissolution of an assembly was when constitutional directives of the union executive were not being followed by the state government according to the governor. So the governor has been given certain powers which could be used or misused.
So let me ask you.
Today was an example of misuse.
So let me ask you, before I go to the politicians and let you go, do you believe that if the governor of Tamil Nadu continues in this manner, he should be recalled? Should a recall of a governor take place only in extreme circumstances? Is it better for the two sides, the DMK government and the governor, to sit across the table and resolve the issue?
Rasdeep, I take your word extreme circumstances, and let me tell you that this governor of Tamil Nadu is skirting with the extreme.
That's a very, see, you're saying he's skirting with the extreme, so effectively putting himself in a position where he could be recalled or should be recalled. Am I correct?
And constitutionally not fulfilling the expectations that the Constitution has in a governor.
Okay. Aryama Sundaram, thanks very much for joining us. Let's therefore widen it to our politicians. You've heard what the lawyers have said, what a former Lieutenant Governor has said. I'll come to you more, Kumaramangalam, before I come to the politicians who are looking closely at what's happening in Delhi as well. Mr. Kumaramangalam, the DMK Congress, we are told now, coming to meet the President, they want the governor to be recalled. Is there no, why have matters reached this stage? Could this not be resolved?
Rajdeep, it's not that the DMK Congress government has not tried to resolve matters. Mr. Ravi's position has frankly become untenable after what he's done yesterday. he has been sitting on about 20 bills that have been passed in the assembly for over 6 months for no good reason. He doesn't deem it necessary to provide an elected government with a reason for sitting on these bills. Some of these bills are critical to the functioning of the government. He's also been making offhand remarks outside, then acting more as a spokesperson of the ruling party in the centre than a sort of arbiter of good faith between the centre and the state and a bipartisan constitutional authority. What he did yesterday in terms of omitting certain portions of the speech has been done in the past by other governors, I will let you know. However, when they have done that, it is because the central government in some way has been criticized. The portions of the speech that Mr. Ravi chose to omit had absolutely no indication of criticism for anybody. It was laudatory of the current elected government, and Mr. Ravi might have a problem with some of the Dravidian leaders, but it also mentioned with high praise Mr. Ambedkar's name, which the central government seems to celebrate on and off. So I'm not sure why Mr. Ravi chose to omit Mr. Ambedkar's name from the speech as well. So Mr. Ravi has been making offhand remarks, and the issue of the naming of Tamil Nadu is of particular sensitivity because it was a Gandhian, a freedom fighter, Sankara Ilanganar, who actually fasted on to death to change the name from Madras state to Tamil Nadu. Mr. Ravi can't just walk into a state and decide that he should decide what it's been called without understanding the history, the culture, and the sacrifices that have gone into the creation of this state. Which is why I'm saying that through his actions repeatedly, he has made his own position untenable.
So you believe he should be recalled. Let me come to you, R.P. Singh, because it is not just what is happening in Tamil Nadu. It appears that in every opposition-ruled state, the governor who has strong links with the BJP, some of them have been BJP politicians like Tamil Soundarajan, are all targeting in a way the opposition chief ministers. In Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal is saying V.K. Saxena is acting completely as the agent of the centre. Now, therefore, there seems to be a pattern. When the BJP was in the opposition, they would accuse the Congress of misusing Raj Bhavan. You are doing exactly the same, or that's the accusation against the BJP. You are misusing the Raj Bhavans to settle political scores or to put the opposition chief ministers under pressure, Mr. R.P. Singh.
Rajiv, thank you for calling me for your debate today. You picked up the only part which suited you of the noted lawyer, Supreme Court lawyer, and then you missed out on the first part which he said, where he said that governor has powers under section 163 and which is constitutional and situational discretionary powers which he can use wherever is required. Constitutional powers, one can go to court and then challenge if he misuses them. Discretionary powers also, one can go to court and challenge that. But coming to this issue related that is it state is it center versus the opposition states? No. Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Punjab, there are other states also where things go perfectly okay. Now let's see what's happened in the assembly. The governor sir has issued some statement outside the assembly. Ruckus was created moment he started giving speech, and then there was a lot of ruckus created by the leader of the Congress party, the leader of the left parties, and of the ruling parties.
No, so you're saying that the are you saying that the DMK, the Aam Aadmi Party government or the left in Kerala, they are the ones who should answer the question, not the governors of those states? When the governors of those states openly talk about the governments, make public pronouncements about the government, criticize the government, is that the job of governors? Look at Maharashtra, what Mr. Koshyari was saying about Uddhav Thackeray's government.
Can I complete where I left?
Yes, please.
So the ruckus was created, and as per the Tamil Nadu Legislative Rule, Chapter 4, point number 17, is clearly mentioned that if any such thing happens, governor during governor address or after the governor address, governor can ask the speaker to take action against all such MLAs or the leaders. So that's the case.
No, but the fact, R.P. Singh, are you saying that these governors are acting independently of the centre? Are you telling me that Delhi is not sending instructions to these governors to in some way put the government of the day on the mat? Are you telling me Delhi has nothing to do? They are all, most of them are former BJP people. That's the problem. The perception is that they are being sent there to target opposition governments.
Well, I can also say that you are being asked by the leaders of these states to create a perception for the center and the ruling party in the center. I mean, that you're saying, and it's my saying versus my saying,
Okay.
that you're intentionally trying to create a perception against the ruling party, which is Prime Minister Modi's government, and which you have all the right to do. I mean, you can't deny that, and so the leaders of the states or political opponents have right to say it. But this is not the first time. I mean, can I tell you how many times has the Congress sacked the, you said you were comparing the present dispensation with the earlier dispensation. 100 times the government was sacked by the Congress regime under Section 356, including the DMK government also at one given time. 49 times it was during Mrs. Indira Gandhi's time only. Can you quote me one instance where the Prime Minister Modi or BJP-led government, NDA government, has sacked any government during this period?
Okay, so you're saying that the Congress has no moral right to talk about misuse of Raj Bhavan. Just a minute, sir. Let me bring in now Jasmine Shah. Jasmine Shah, you've heard from the BJP. They're saying that it is the chief ministers also who have to work with governors. Why is it that a Naveen Patnaik has no problem with a governor? Why is it that Mr. Kejriwal has a problem, or a Pinarayi Vijayan or a Stalin? Because they are itching for a fight, spoiling for a fight.
Rajdeep, I was hearing the debate on Tamil Nadu, and it's very sad to see what's happening in Tamil Nadu in terms of the powers of the elected government. But if, for all the viewers who are watching this show, if they hear what is happening in Delhi, it will be shocking for them. It should shock any Indian who's proud of our democracy. Rajdeep, in any democracy, the will of the people is always supreme. From the time you have elected your chief minister and an elected government, you expect them to deliver, and you give them the powers to deliver. In Delhi also, BJP will always try to create this confusion that no, Delhi is not a full state. But a constitution bench of the Supreme Court, a 5-judge constitution bench in 2018, gave a landmark judgment. It said that barring 3 subjects which are explicitly listed under Article 239AA of the Constitution, which is police, land and public order, Delhi is almost like a state. The chief minister has complete executive powers. It also said that the lieutenant governor has no executive powers in any subject which is with the chief minister, except the 3 subjects which are transferred to the center.
Yes, but there was also an amendment. There were also amendments brought into Parliament that effectively converted, that gave extraordinary powers to the LG administrator.
After Aam Aadmi Party loses Punjab, BJP ruled central government passes a new act saying that, you know what, chief minister is not the government of Delhi, the LG is the Delhi government. You know, bhaad mein jaye, the will of the people and the mandate of the people, which have given 62 out of 70 seats to Aam Aadmi Party. It is now the LG who will decide on matters such as who will pay the lawyer's bill, who will clear the bills of Mohalla clinic, tests and doctors, who will fill the vacancies of school teachers. Each and every subject today, democracy is being ridiculed in Delhi. Every decision the LG is trying to take. It is a complete mockery of our constitution. It's a complete mockery of the Supreme Court judgment of 2018. And this shows that, you know, it's a dangerous precedent. Not just people of Delhi, the people of India need to worry, because Delhi is the mirror for the rest of India. Agar aaj ye Delhi mein ho sakta hai, what stops BJP tomorrow to use the offices of the governor? You know, Rajdeep, just 3 days back, the LG released a letter saying that many of the acts of Delhi says the administrator shall issue orders. It basically means that in any parliamentary democracy, a president or the governors issue orders, but the orders are basis the decision taken by the cabinet. But here the LG has said that no, because the act says administrator will decide, I will decide. The elected government has no role. And this particular aspect came out clear that in the MCD elections, even though the Aam Aadmi Party won the elections, the LG decided to nominate 10 BJP people as councillors in MCD. In the history of MCD,
as I said, the LG situation.
It has never happened that the LG is nominating any politicians to the MCD house.
But
it's always
the Parliament
government
Act
of
has
Delhi
given
that
the
recommendation.
Delhi.
In this case, It did not happen. The Lieutenant Governor today has, I'm very sorry to say, started taking a turn towards dictatorship in Delhi by directly issuing directions to the officers of Delhi government. And that is what we need to all worry about.
Okay, you're saying that the Delhi LG has turned into a dictator. RP Singh, you want to quickly respond?
Very small point to Jasmine Shah. Sir, you have again the court to go to. You can surpass parliament and go to court and
They've
get
a
ruling from there. But as of now, Constitution says Bhimrao Ambedkar's Constitution laid as per the parliamentary norm is that governor is the administrator. You appoint 30 corporators, 30 people as the alderman is okay. If governor appoints 10, it's not okay, not fair. I mean, you have to go by the law, and the ruling is which Rajiv was referring to. So
you're saying go to please go to the Supreme Court. Okay, you're saying please go to the Supreme Court. Mr. Kumar Mangalam, in Delhi the matter is reaching the Supreme Court. In Tamil Nadu it appears to be reaching the President's door now. The DMK delegation likely to come here tomorrow calling for the recall of the governor. As I said, in the past the Congress has been accused of using governors to dismiss governments. So can the Congress really have a moral right to talk on the role of Raj Bhavan?
And as one of your guests as one of your guests pointed out, thanks to the Supreme Court, the misuse of Article 356 has not happened since. I am not defending our past record in dismissing governments, which is back in the 70s. What I'm talking about today is governors across the country creating a constitutional crisis by not being bipartisan in any way. If every time a governor takes the stage, he ends up making a political speech that is critical of the government of the day that is elected by people, he is carrying out an agenda that he has been sent to that state with. That is what Governor Ravi is doing. That's what Mr. Arif Mohammad Khan is doing. If a governor is sitting on bills with no finite timeline or reason for doing so, he is purposely obstructing the administration of the state. So there is no way, as one of your BJP guest said, that this could be being done to destroy the perception of the central government. This is actually interfering with the day-to-day administration, which is going to directly reflect on the state government. And the third thing is, both the Sarkaria Commission and the Poochie Commission after that have said repeatedly that states should avoid resting any statutory powers in the governor. A lot of what the governor does is norms and conventions, and it is expected of him to be bipartisan.
Let me leave it there. I've run out of time. I accept that this is a situation which requires the Supreme Court perhaps now to draw a Lakshman Rekha. You cannot have a repeat of what happened in the 70s and say, look, the Congress did it in the 70s, we are only, don't blame us. That can't work. You cannot have governors who are going to dictate terms to elected state governments unless those governments have crossed certain constitutional boundaries. So maybe the Supreme Court needs to set that Lakshman Rekha. But appreciate all my guests joining me here on the news today.